love bugs? Welcome back to the channel. It is Love Sims here, and we are finally back together again for this tour of Newcrest. So, this is my Christmas gift to you guys, specifically my community. It is for anyone who wants to download it, but I definitely had my subscribers in mind while creating it and setting up gameplay and thinking of what was going to go here. I've been including you guys, asking you questions, giving you update pictures and things like that. And so I'm super excited to show you the end result. Now, I do still need to furnish this house here. It needs a floor plan and a furnishing. And I kind of want to revisit maybe this one here on the interior. I do want to create at least 2 to 3 more families before I drop the save. So I'm still planning on dropping it December 25th. But if it's not December 25th, it will be to you guys before December 31st so that you can have it at the beginning of the year because this is the top of the New Year's save file. And so I just want to make sure that you guys have something fresh to start out with once the new year begins. But enough talking. Let's get into the save. So quickly, I will show you our two families. We'll have to go into, I guess, my gallery because I don't know if their stories translated over to their, like, when I drop them in. So this is the Riley family. It just says Sabrina Riley broke her father's heart when she married Rex. She comes from money and he comes from, well, the wrong side of the tracks, as her family would put it. Sabrina adores him though, and they have 3 beautiful kids together. From the outside, Parker seems to be the example her siblings should follow. But truth be told, Parker is the one everyone should be worried about. She puts on a good front, but secretly she's longing for something. And you guys can do what you will with that. I try to write stories that are a little more open ended just to give you total, like, say on where the story goes, what's the reasoning behind certain things and dynamics. That's for you to fill in the blanks. So that's the Riley family. I'm really excited to play them. I love their house. The dad is a bit of a challenge. I might end up giving him a makeover just because I don't feel like he came out. Okay, sorry for that quick interruption. Next up, we have the Strickland family, and this is mother and daughter. And it just says from the moment she learned she was pregnant, Sasha has been determined to be the best parent she can be. Having had Skylar at such a young age made the two close because they practically grew up together. But now Skylar is a teenager and she's finding interest in other things. Sasha will always support her little girl, but she can't help feeling a bit anxious as Skylar begins to develop other relationships, including ones with boys. So I imagine that Sasha is a little on edge because, of course, Skylar is nearing the age that she was when she got pregnant with Skylar, and so that is a conversation that they are going to have. And I think Sasha's just a little worried. Like, she knows her daughter has a good head on her shoulders and she doesn't really have the same um, problems that maybe Sasha had when she was a child and ended up pregnant, but it's still something to be cautious of because you never know, things happen. So that is a dynamic that they're going to have to work through, but I think they'll be just fine. So let's get into the actual save now. We're going to go by neighborhoods, and I guess we'll start up here in Bridgeview. I am going to read the neighborhood description because I tried very hard to stick with the descriptions given to each neighborhood. This one says, this family friendly neighborhood has a lovely picnic area and a striking city skyline backdrop. So all I could really go off of with this was that it was a family friendly neighborhood. Therefore, I decided to give you family homes. There are 3 houses for rent in this neighborhood. One of them, however, is for a single sim or like a couple, maybe a newlywed couple or just a couple who are moving in together and they have room for a dog. So here we are at the corner grocery store. I gave you a little bit of everything. I feel like this is one of those quick and go kind of supermarkets, but it fits really nicely with the neighborhood. It's just, honey, I need to run to the corner and grab some milk, something like that. And if you're just starting out in one of the houses, then you might need some things from here. So I like this idea. I like this idea for this neighborhood. I think it fit quite well. So we do have some outdoor things, just some plant pots for our Sims who love to garden, some storage boxes, a few plants that you can maybe start or grow. We've got some wall decor over here. They look really cute on fences, actually, or even on the side of the house. It just is, I don't know. I really like it. It happened on accident and I loved it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to put these here. And then we have some wind chimes over here. We also have the actual produce stand. So I imagine that the produce is pretty much comes from local gardens. So the neighborhood, any neighborhood local gardeners, they come and that's kind of where the produce comes from. So you can come and sell your produce or shop from there, whatever. When you come inside, the store is pretty small, so I just gave us one little cash wrap. We do have a florist shop, so this is something else that is a work in progress. I have built the shop, but I do need a sim to still come in and make all of the floral arrangements and catch all the fish so that I can place those down and bake all the goods so I can fill in the bakery. But the store itself is done and complete. So we have some more little terracotta clay pots in here, some more options for from the wind chimes. This is our home quote unquote department. So if you're just starting, you might need some fresh towels, you might need pillows, baskets to store things in, laundry detergent, maybe even a little incense burner. We've got laundry baskets. Those are something that I always need to pick up. And we do have small appliances. So we have an ice cream machine, popcorn machine, a tea kettle, pressure cooker, and a microwave. We have toothpaste and toothbrushes. We have waste baskets, plungers, toilet paper. So that's our home department. We also have a small pet area. So just maybe you need a leash or a litter box, cat or dog food, a dog bowl, things like that. We have our wine and spirits in this section here. And then we do have our fresh fish, sushi, and freshly made salads. So you can grab those and take them home, not have to make a salad, or maybe you want to have sushi for dinner or lunch or something, or maybe you want to pick up some fish and fry it, fresh for the family. Then over here, we'll have cakes, cupcakes, cookies, things like that. And that will be the end of the store. This area was where the produce was supposed to go, but I don't have time to sit here and 0 and 9 key all of the produce. So let's just say that they haven't quite done this yet. It's still early in the morning. Then over here, I decided to give you guys a little pizza pickup shop, I guess. So there is the option. Excuse my camera. There is the option to sit and dine in, or you can just pick up a pie and go home. I decided to set it up like an actual little shop and it just looks good and it is nice to be able to sit in with your family or your friends and just enjoy a slice of pizza, but it's also nice to just pick up one and go home. So then we have the houses. So this is our first house for rent. This one is a 3 bedroom 1 bathroom house. It has a really nice like backyard that you can fill in as time goes on. I tried to keep the houses over here very basic for the most part, at least on this side of the street. Then we have this side over here. I'm gonna just go down, sorry. So the green one is occupied by a family. That's where the Stricklands live. And then this is the one that is for rent for you when you start out. It is for, like I said, 1 to 2 Sims and or like and their pet basically. So that's that house. And then finally we have this one over here. So the blue house is occupied. I'm trying to go into tab mode. The blue house is occupied by the Rileys, and then the yellow one is the one that is for rent for your family. I do believe it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. It's got the little secondary garage in the back, which I'm deeming as the pool house because this one does come with a pool. Let me see if I can just kind of tab over. Yeah, this one does come with a pool. So I just feel like it was a nice option. I wanted to give as many options, and I wanted this neighborhood to feel kind of established, but also still that starting point for Newcrest. Now we'll head over to, I guess, the more. It is established as well, but I feel like the houses here are a bit older. Not old, old, but they've just been around longer. Um, their family. Okay, so here we are at the Newcrest Public Pool. This is an older build that I did, and I've just kind of updated it very slow, very slightly. We have the little toddler pool here in the front. We have a little splash pad because I recently found out I tried the splash pad for the first time and it was a little lame on its own. So I decided to add it to the pool and I think it'll make for a lot more fun. But we have that and then we have the dive board, the little lifesaver. What is it? That doesn't sound right. Lifesaver. That don't sound right. Lifeguard. We have the little spot for the lifeguard. We have the vending machine so you can grab you a snack. And we have a couple of picnic tables and a grill in case you want to grill up some food, maybe have a pool party. There is also inside. Just the showers and rest and like the bathroom toilet stalls. We have a little games table here. Maybe if it's raining or maybe if you just want to get out of the heat for a little bit, you can come in here and play some games with friends. And then we have the kitchen so you can also prepare food in here as well. Maybe you need to bake a cake or maybe you want to do food that requires the oven instead of the grill. So that's the pool. And then this way, we'll just kind of like go down the strip a little bit. So we have this house. This house will be occupied with a family. I'm working on them right now. It's going to be the pastor's house because we do have a church. I decided to replace the town hall with the church. I just had a vision in my head and I wanted to see it through, and I'm very glad that I made the change. I might keep the town hall as an alternate lot in case you want to download that for your gameplay versus the church. It's up to you. But in the released version, it will be um the church option. But yeah, so this is another one. I don't know if I'm going to do a family for that one. I might since it is furnished already. And we did decide that we were going to go with move-in ready homes. So since that one's furnished, I might just go ahead and make a family for that one too. This one here will be a move-in ready house. This is a new build for me. It is heavily inspired by a photo that I saw on Google. I just want to make mention of that. If it looks familiar to you guys, I just really loved this style for the world of Newcrest. And this was originally, or pretty much primarily, the direction that I wanted to go with all of the houses. And I feel like we kind of captured that at least through the use of the same windows and columns. And then finally we have this beautiful park over here. Originally this was meant to be a dog park because like I said, I had the whole vet clinic, and originally in my mind it was going to be a heavily pet friendly world, but I kind of decided I'm not going to say against that because I've still kept in the pet friendly options, but I just didn't go as heavy on it as originally I thought that I would. So I decided to still keep emphasis on pets and dogs and everything like that, dogs and cats, with this little training area and then the fountain back there. I did include a little telescope because the observatory, I don't have a place for that. But I thought it would still be nice to look at the stars. So we have that, just some benches for you to sit and relax, maybe read a book while your dog runs around. Over here, we just have a little picnic table if you want to have a picnic with your family. And on this side, we kind of cater to the children. My terrain paint did disappear, so I'm going to have to go back in and fix that. But we've got the little hopscotch area and marbles over here on this side, the sandbox right there without any sand. We've got a little slide for the toddlers, the monkey bars. This tree is so cute, lit up at night. The little lantern tree is so pretty. We also have the fountain that you can toss a coin into or play at. And then we have some chess tables, another little fountain, and the toilets and the voting board. And it looks like we also threw in a toy chest for the dog toys and stuff like that. So that is this neighborhood. Let's go to our final one. Okay, so our last one says Islama Lagoon, and it says with lakeside walkways and public playground equipment, this neighborhood is just the right amount of cosmopolitan. I did have to look that word up just to make sure that I had a clear understanding of the vision. And it's basically just a blend of commercial and um, residential lots, so I tried to accomplish that. We do have one set of apartments in this world. I originally wanted to have three, one in each neighborhood, but I'm kind of glad I opted out of that. I was quickly reminded that not everyone has for rent. I recently got the pack, and so I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I'm wanting to use it as much as possible, and but not everyone has it, and so I want to make sure I want to make sure that I'm not filling the world up with a bunch of things that you can't use or don't want to use because it's so big and bulky and you just don't want to play it. So this is what our neighborhood looks like from this angle. I guess I can kind of go up a little bit. I think it looks a lot better than the other way that I had it with the town hall there. The church is just much more of a staple, and I feel like everything kind of just flows a little bit better. I do maybe wish that because I have the church there, I could have done a little bit a different design with the rec center, but I think it'll be okay. I don't think I'm gonna change it. I'm tired of changing builds. But I might do an alternate lot. So this will likely be what you get when the save releases, but there might be like an alternate option that you can choose from that I feel fits in better with the neighborhood. But this is our restaurant for the world, like our standalone restaurant. We do have other options. So this is an Italian restaurant. I think it turned out so nicely. This one went through so many changes from the exterior to the interior. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Originally, I wanted something kind of on a more classic design, but I just was not vibing with that. It was giving Christmas and I wasn't liking that. And I figured out something that was working, but in the end, I decided to scale it all back and just kind of keep a less is more approach. So this is what it looks like when you come inside. Don't look at the ceiling because I tried to put tiling, but it won't work in certain areas. So just forget. Don't even look at that. I attempted it. We have this area over here. This is our bar area. I really like how this turned out. Originally, I wanted something grand, but I think that this works okay. This is a family owned restaurant. I feel like they've already poured a lot of money into this place, and so I think that this works. This is just one of the little dining rooms. I think it looks really nice. I love the vintage paintings, and it still has that classical like ambiance to it, without the overexposure of stone and brick. That was just giving me too much of a cold feeling, and I didn't like that. So this is our kind of more larger party room or family room, I guess you could say, like just larger parties. And that's basically it. And then you have the kitchen through there. So I love that it's back. This the golf course is back there. I really want to do something with that one day, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go into all of the builds. I'm just going to kind of, you can kind of see through little sneak peeks and stuff. So there is our recreation center. There's a basketball gym downstairs. Upstairs is the art kind of museum area. We have a room dedicated to our scouts club members. The area with those tables that we're looking at right there, that's just kind of like a games area, a games hall, I guess you could say. Um, then we have another little splash pad back here. It's cute, but again, this is where I was play testing it and I was just like, oh, that's kind of not that exciting. But yeah, it's there, so you can still have some fun. We have a gym downstairs. The library is upstairs, and then this room here is that's well, it's kind of blocked off, but that's the music room. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Next, we'll go over to the church. Okay, so this is Hope Faith Church. I really love how this turned out. I recently was watching some other videos and I came across Floor Wall Sims port sim save file. It's not new to me. I've known about it for a while, but I hadn't really looked at the videos for it. And she was showcasing, I was kind of just breezing through and she was showcasing I want to say it was her church lot, but it was a lot that she did, and she did it as a community space. And I thought that was a really neat idea, and it worked really well with the church and the vision that I had for the church. So I did decide to make this a community space lot. I don't know how well it will play, but if it doesn't play well, just turn it into whatever you want it to be. And then I do have the alternate versions saved to my gallery, or you can just change it out yourself. You can see what I did and kind of just change it out for yourself. But this is its original state. This is what it looks like at all times. I do feel like this church is very heavily involved in the community. They do a lot of things for the community. And so I decided to put the voters board here. It still acts kind of like a town hall, I guess you could say, but we're going to start all the way at the bottom. So down here is our youth center, our youth church center, and it just has a little table where they can sit and congregate, conversate, do homework, Bible study, crafts together. They can play games together. They have the little sleepover things. I forgot what those things are called. I don't think I ever went to one at my church, but I do know people who did. But we have the little sleeping bags here just to represent that. If you don't want those there and you want to do something else, you can move these and put chairs down. That's kind of what that's signaling. Um, we also have movie night when we don't have like they have movie nights, so we have the popcorn machine down here. We do have the praise and worship stuff up here right now, but we also have the screen back there for when you're doing movie night. They also have I love the little like scriptures and yeah, I love the scriptures on the wall. That's a really nice touch. I got those off of the gallery. Then this is just the bathroom for down here. They've got a vending machine here as well. When you come upstairs, you'll come down and around, and we just have the maintenance room, the restrooms for this floor, the kitchen to prepare food for the quote unquote, I guess, like soup kitchen events or whatever type of like quote unquote banquet type thing you have going on in here, I feel like they help the single parents and the homeless in the community. So they do offer meals at holidays. They offer they have regular soup kitchen events. So they do have the little chairs for toddlers and things like that as well. They also have this little clothing shop. So people who want to donate clothes that they don't need anymore, they have options here for you to come and you and your family, if you're in need, you can come here and get some new clothes. They also have options for if you have an interview, you can come get you a blazer or a dress, a blouse, something like that, so that you can interview in appropriate attire. We've got teens clothes, kids clothes. It's just I really, really wanted to include these things. So I'm glad that I was able to do that and I hope that you guys find it useful. And then this is the main floor. So we've just got the restrooms with the little changing tables up here. This is the little receptionist desk and the bulletin board that just kind of tells you about job listings, places for rent, um, so on and so forth, lessons, whatever you might need. And then we have the sanctuary. So right now it's set up for a wedding, but you can easily put the little podium in and have your church service here. I put these tables, these canopy things out here because we do have toy drives and things like that during the Christmas season, and we have bake sales and stuff like that. So I wanted to put those out there just to kind of show that, represent that. And then we have this small cemetery back here as well. So that is this lot. Finally, we will end it. I'm not going to tour the strip mall because I already have a video out for that. I did do the arcade. But you guys can let that just be a surprise. We also have the apartments over there. I don't think I'm gonna go into them. They're all 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartments, but the ones on the left are obviously a little bit bigger than the ones on the right. I do have one of each furnished. The one on top on the right side and the one on the bottom on the left side. That building right there is a little laundry room. Oops, the camera is getting kind of wonky. We also have a pool and just some outdoor seating for you if you want to have, again, a pool party at your apartment complex. Then that building right there is the leasing office. So that is the full tour, you guys. I hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I also really wanted to include Magnolia Promenade. I am working on it, but I'm not going to guarantee that it will be releasing with the save. If it does, I might do an update video on just that area, but if not, it might just show up as a surprise when it drops. So keep an eye out for that and let me know what world you'd like me to work on next. And if you guys would like to be a part of that by contributing your own lots or families or whatever, or if you just want me to continue to do the builds, I don't mind either way. But that's going to be it for me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure notifications are turned on, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.